Folks, it's been quite the hour here in professional. I was really going to give that a serious lead then, and you hit your head. You okay?
Yeah, it was just my
Okay, good.
headphones.
All right, good. It's been quite the hour. For those of you that are patrons, you know that I was on the air then when that broke. And Jaychele, I don't think you're aware of how this happened, but I was doing a Q&A. I was really taking my time because it's the
Oh, you
paywall.
were doing an MLW Q&A, right?
So I was 10 minutes behind the chat because I was trying to answer every question with depth. So they were
Okay.
talking about the releases knowing I didn't know. So I'm going about my business and I got to and everyone's doing, what the fuck this. It's tough. Folks, I know you have a lot of competition and things to watch. I know that Sean's about to or is going live, whatever the situation. This is not the ideal circumstances for a premiere of our new show, Jaychele.
Especially considering what the name of our last show was. This is great.
Indeed. Though I
Like,
will
this is a
say
cursed show.
my Patreon show being called Major League Lies was more fitting than I realised it would be at the start. We'll get into the races here to lead as much as we can anyway. Jaychele, before we do that, how are you this evening?
I'm good. I went to the gym. I've had a pretty decent day. Wrestling with Whiteness is now actually about like 85% finished. I'm just tying some odds and ends up, and it'll be ready on Monday probably.
Wow, Monday. Okay, there
Yeah.
you go, folks. So I think it's fair to say, Joe, I'm talking for you, but you're very, very proud of this, right? This is a big one for you. So
Oh yeah, this is
yeah,
somebody called it like my magnum opus. I don't even know if that's the actual word or what it is called or
yes, that's
whatever.
correct.
Oh, good! Yay! Look at me go. But I'm very proud, and Lily, the person who helped me timestamp it and everything, was extremely emotional while watching it. So I feel like I was just gonna have to give a disclaimer at the beginning of the video. Um, but I refuse to watch it back. I will never be doing that. That's not happening ever. So I just hope that people will enjoy it. Sorry if there's
Okay.
editing mistakes.
What we'll do maybe when it drops and it's like we want to push it, we could do something. We could do some kind of shoulder content to really promote it strong. Maybe
Yeah.
we do something. Okay, folks. Here's the deal. This show, Retire the Rankings, is going to be a weekly show where basically we rank our favourite wrestlers, our favourite matches of the week. Jaychele this week, because it's the first one, is kind of taking a slightly broader take on it, but generally it'll be weekly related. I think we're going to start by just having a look at the AEW rankings because that's part of the name, right? Everyone gets so mad about the rankings, but because of the situation that's taking place literally in the hour, feels kind of silly not to talk about it. Jaychele, your immediate reaction to another set of match releases has been, I think it's been like 5 months since the last ones, right? So
Yeah, something like that.
okay, we knew it was coming, but just your immediate reaction as best you can.
I'm gonna set the scene.
Okay.
I got up off my bed, was like, I'm gonna go take a shower before my stream. I turn my water on, I pick up my phone, I see NXT releases coming, and I said, great, this is gonna be amazing. So I immediately sent it to the group chat, and the whole time that like the names were getting announced, like first it was just Dakota, then Malcolm. I was like, okay, well, something seems off here. Like these are two people who likely don't believe that they were used the way they wanted to be used. And probably know their value. Like Dakota Kai has extreme value no matter the company that we're talking about. And obviously Malcolm Bivens can take somebody with no character, no promo ability to the moon. And all the other names, like Harland is very interesting because of how much stock they put in him at the beginning. Persia, I always loved Persia. I thought she was really good. I thought she was a really, like, I would categorize her with like a Raquel Gonzalez as like a power worker, but I think she was on track to be better than Raquel.
Yeah.
I saw some of Draco Anthony. I think he's from Reality of Wrestling down in Texas. Right. So we'll probably see him back on the indies. I'm very excited for him. I think he's very interesting and has a very 2022 look. I don't know how to describe that, but it's very current. And I feel like he seems super young and he'll be just fine. Dexter Lumis is very expected, but also odd because I feel like that was the place that he fit best. I haven't seen what else he's done. But he seemed like a perfect fit for that company, especially with all the gimmicky stuff that they want to do now. So
yeah, I think Loomis is the most surprising name purely in the sense that and I'm no reporter, but there has certainly been a belief that Stokely Hathaway, Malcolm Bivens was not going to be distraught to leave WWE.
Mhm.
I don't know if Sean's report how much it expands or confirms or not. That was the belief.
It says a
Dakota
little bit about
Kai,
that, yeah.
yeah, Dakota Kai. I think there's kind of been a perception that she was not exactly all in on Team WWE, so to speak, for some time, and it's a name that I wasn't sure would be there for the long haul. Just to
Especially not coming to the main roster too.
Exactly. You said it. I want to reiterate it. Dakota Kai, her value is immense to any wrestling promotion. We did
There's
the free
one
agents.
I'm specifically thinking of, but
we did the free agents long enough to know how this works, right? And I think we both know that there is one particular company that kind of has a say on these free agents, and if they don't go there, it comes another conversation.
Yep.
It sure feels like if AEW doesn't pick up Dakota Kai, that will be a kind of massive red flag, doesn't it? I mean, you're better to spit than I, but from my perspective, it feels alarming.
There are multiple red flags that are already happening for me, but we'll give them another test here. Goddamn, they're like at a C-level grade for me right now with women signings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I understand that. Stokely, Malcolm, whatever. There's got to be a place for him, hasn't there?
Oh, yeah. I made a full list on my Twitter of like talents that would benefit from having him. Obviously, there's the stuff with MJF, but like just the possibilities of him in AEW is interesting.
I think I want to kind of do that as a topic for the Grin tonight, because then we can all kind of because we all love him.
Yeah.
We all love Stokely Hathaway, Malcolm Bivens. So we'll do that tonight.
We'll save it.
Yeah, I think Loomis, I could certainly see returning. I could see him returning to Impact under the Sam Shaw.
Impact?
Yeah, he put the character Dexter Loomis.
Yeah.
He basically did a version of that as Sam Shaw in Impact around 6-7 years ago, and I think his character fits on that product, doesn't it? So I think you'll see more of the same from him.
Kill me, but if he did that exact same thing, I think it'd work in GCW, and that's kind of funny.
No, I think it would. Yeah, I think it would absolutely.
Oh my God! Somebody just gave me an amazing idea.
Not the House of Black one.
No.
Oh, that's very scary. There you go. Now that's
We'll talk more tonight.
Now that is spectacular. Okay.
My heart.
So I think that about covers what we know right now. It feels like the names are out there, but Sean also was like confident it was done, and there was one more. So you never know. But it feels like we know the names that are going at this time. If that changes, folks, update us in the chat because we may be missing it, so on and so forth. Okay. Jaychele, are you ready to try and do this Try the Ranking show after all this?
Yes, let's do it. They just announced Clash at the Castle in Cardiff.
On
the September the 3rd.
Yeah, I'm not going to go to that show.
Okay.
It's too far away.
How far away is that from you? I don't know,
probably 3-4 hours, I'd guess.
Oh,
I don't
God, that's like a plane.
Fair. It's very different here. Okay. I want to quickly look at the AEW rankings. I want this to be like the opening segment. Now, folks, here's the thing: this show's a Friday show. These released on like Wednesday morning, I think.
Yeah, sometimes they release them before Rampage too, but
there you go. So
you don't seem so lucky.
Since
this
rankings,
looks different now.
Yes, they've changed the graphic, haven't they?
I like that.
Me too. I want the whole color scheme to change. Honestly, I really do.
It's too dark.
So, do you remember back do you know how Bray used to be? You probably didn't know because you didn't watch AEW before. Jaychele, they used to have it. Like their thing was like rainbow colors.
I saw. I've seen some stuff. I've seen like graphics and everything like that, and I've seen a couple matches.
Yeah, they've changed. Okay. Now, since these rankings came out, Sammy Guevara lost the TNT title to Scorpio, which I think we'll have more on soon when we talk about rankings and stuff.
Yes.
But currently, the rankings are CM Punk in the one spot. I guess we'll switch. So now Sammy, Moxley, Frankie Kazarian, Adam Cole. Jaychele, how incredible is it that Frankie Kazarian is in the 4th seed here?
When was the last time he had a match on TV and won? Like, you asked me this before, and I thought that he beat Adam Cole, but he lost. I think that was his last time on TV.
His last time on TV was when he lost to Archer in that match that went on.
I do not remember that.
They had a match. It was a good episode of Dynamite, but they had a match that was legitimately like 12 minutes long. Right, I'm gonna actually try and find this now. Okay, hang on, folks. I want
He's
to.
always on Dark though. He was on Dark when I was when I went to the Boston show and he was doing the belt thing and I was like, oh
He has wrestled 30 matches on AEW Dynamite.
damn.
He has wrestled. I'm gonna try to find singles matches.
Why is EO tweeting? Can somebody say what EO is tweeting?
Oh, it looks like she just did the kind of reaction heart emoji tweet that they do.
Okay.
Frankie Kazarian has never won on AEW Dynamite. He has lost to Doc Gallows.
Wait, he's never won? Is that what you just said?
On a single, to be clear, in a singles match. He has never won a singles match on AEW
like,
Dynamite.
he was tag team champion.
He is what? How many times has he been wrestling here? He has wrestled very regularly on the C shows, in fairness. So, I guess, still feels like a stretch to be above Adam Cole.
Remember when he was the Elite Hunter and he beat none of the Elite? The only person of the Elite he beat was like Brandon Cutler on Dark.
The thing with that is, though, it depends on your definition of like hunt, right? Because like he always found them.
Well, yes.
Like he never, like in fairness, you never saw Frankie Kazarian unaware of where they were. Like he found them.
Okay, if you're a bounty hunter, do you get the money unless you bring the person back?
No, but he never specified that was the way he was using
it. I know, but like if you're gonna be a hunter, automatically assumed bounty hunter if you're a person. It's not like you're hunting animals. I mean, if you're hunting animals too, you normally kill them, right?
I think you're probably right. I'm just saying there's a chance he maybe just wanted to find them. And he was like, I've got them.
Why would you just find them?
I don't know, man. Like they're hard to get, right? Like they're the elite. Like he was always there. He was always on the scene. Like if he'd had like a weapon or something, he could have done it. But he just
my God.
Maybe Tope's right. He hunted for sport, not for the kill.
Do you remember that movie? What is it called? Like the something sport? It's like where they kill people. No, someone is gonna know what I mean.
You talking about GCW's Bloodsport? Look at this, Jojo. Big Pop, he's more of a private investigator.
Imagine that being his gimmick. I can't. Somebody tell me it's like the most dangerous sport or something like that. It's a book and a movie. I don't know. Maybe I'm going crazy, but like it's these rich people and they hunt people for sport. Like they hunt poor people. Sorry.
I don't know.
I'm going off track.
John Moxley and CM Punk being the highest ranked non-TNT title feuding man. Is that right? How many single?
Mox hasn't lost since he came back. And he's had like probably like 5 or 6 singles, I'd guess. Dangerous game. There it is. Boom, boom.
There you go. I know that he's been slightly inactive in singles competition, but I still think if I was the ranking committee, I'd try and get Bryan Danielson in there somehow, just on sort of resume.
Who else is here?
Eddie Kingston, slightly inactive, but has beat Chris Jericho and Daniel Garcia in the last 2 months. Feel he has a shot, just throwing it out there. But I understand that Frankie Kazarian is hard to overcome. So overall, though, that's not a crazy top 5, is it? On the men's side.
The only Kazarian is the only really questionable one, but
agreed. Okay, on the women's front, we have obviously Thunder Rosa and Jade Cargill with a chance. Why does Jade not have the belt in the? I guess she's just got around her waist, right?
Yeah, probably. I mean, Paige doesn't either.
Paige? Oh, I thought you said yes. You're right. They must just have it around their waist, cowards.
Yeah.
Okay, the contenders in the women's front. So obviously, Serena Deeb will remain in the top spot. We have Nyla, Anna Jay, Jamie Hayter, and Red Velvet. Fascinating.
When was Anna Jay last on TV?
Damn.
Jade?
It feels like it's been a long time. It feels like it's Jade. Yeah.
And Nyla just lost, so that should have bumped her down. I'd put Toni Storm up there.
Yes, because she's won. How many matches has she had on Dark? 2 or 3?
I think she's had 1 on Dark and 2 on Dynamite.
She's just had 1 on Dynamite. So she's only had 2. So that's why she's not on there.
Oh, shoot. Oh, yeah.
Only the bunny, right?
Oh, yeah, on Dynamite. I don't know why I thought that Dark match was on Dynamite also.
You're good. Jamie's record was not particularly impressive before, but she got a big win against Sky Blue.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't know. It's
she doesn't even really work Dark either.
Are we missing obvious names on the women's front, or am I just like? Hasn't Ruby been active on Dark?
Yeah, Ruby's more active. Why is Britt still not on here though? Her record. I mean, I guess she just lost the championship, but like her record's
Yeah.
still really high.
I think sometimes they're inconsistent with people falling out of the rankings when they lose. Like, I think they try. I don't know. It isn't the most flattering look for the division. I actually like all the women listed, but they are not particularly present on television. I think
Yeah.
would be the point.
I mean, Anna's on Dark all the time, dude. Like,
absolutely. On the tag titles, we obviously have Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus as champs. The number one ranked team is FTR, which couldn't feel more earned, right? They feel like an actual choice for that. Silver and Reynolds at 2, Team Taz at 3, Danielson and Mox at 4, and Private Party at 5. Many questions here. How are Private Party on the list, but the Hardys aren't? Because I feel like I've seen the Hardys pin Private Party like 8 times.
Yeah, that checks out. I think Silver and Reynolds.
Yeah. Where'd that come from?
Dark.
Team Taz got the big win, obviously, against Swerve and Keith.
But how many tag team wins do they have? They got one on Dark.
Yeah, it feels like Danielson and Mox should be above them.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
He's I genuinely like. I know the bit of the ranking.
Oh,
Statlander, she's been killing people on Dark, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's not. When is her last?
Also, this is fair. I mean, Young Bucks lost to FTR, but it feels like they should still be in the top 5. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, folks.
I'm kind of weirded out about Stat. She hasn't contended for the Owen, has she?
No, not yet.
Oh shit! That makes me think she's going Jade.
That's what my guess was, that they'd do that at the pay-per-view. But like, the problem with that is, with the character change, it feels like Stat should win.
Yeah.
But Jade doesn't feel like you're ready to like beat her, right? Like, you just give her the faction and
yeah.
I don't know. It's hard. Yeah, I think Nate might be right about the Hardys being like Punk. They'll have a bunch of wins before they're even on the rankings. I agree. I genuinely am fascinated by how they come up with these rankings.
Who's about to be in feuds? There you go.
Yes. I mean, my favorite one ever was when the Bush and the Blade came back from an injury and they had like 2 matches and were the number 1 team. And I was like, oh, so they're wrestling for the belts on Friday. And they did. It was very, very funny.
You remember when they just put the Ass Boys up there?
Yes, that was filth. But to be fair, they didn't lose for like 8 years.
I know, but like they didn't have many Dynamite matches either.
Of course. Yeah, the Acclaim have done that with too.
Have they ever explained the rankings and how the rankings work or no?
No, I think they're just kind of supposed to be like, if you care, you can try and figure them out. But they're generally just numbers next to names.
Just give us a little explanation.
Yeah.
Either on the website or on Dynamite about how it works. You know, for the nerds. AEW's fans are nerds. Explain it to the nerds.
Fair. You're not wrong. It just popped me the way that you said it. You said it so matter-of-factly. Okay. Right, folks. I want to kind of each week keep updated on that because I'm intrigued by the changes. And as we track it week to week, you need to keep this up to date because I think it's a wacky thing. But now here's what we're going to do. Okay. Wrestler of the week, match of the week. Our main thing, I think, is going to be wrestler because that makes for more engaging conversation. By the end of this, we would like to have our consensus late night grin top 5.
Yes.
Chat, you will have say in this if we need a tiebreaker.
Yes.
Jaychele, I go to you first for the name you would first like to suggest for our elite ballot of professional wrestlers.
Okay. I have 5 names because I'm prepared for any shoot downs here. My first name is Mr. Josh Alexander.
Okay. So Josh, of course, his case, he is finally the champ.
Yep.
Over in Impact Wrestling. He entered a program on Thursday with Ishii, right? Which is a big win for that promotion in general. I think Josh belongs on here. Obviously, in a broader sense, he has just been kind of red hot for the last stretch. But this last 7 days, he has won the belt. So I think
he got a good match out of Moose, dude. That put him up there for me. I was like, you could do that with Moose. I believe in you, sir.
That's very, very fair. Okay. Now, I'm clearing Moose as a name that could be on the list, but we will decide the order at the end. My first name, someone that popped me more than I ever could have believed they would have popped me, Scorpio Sky.
I have him too!
Yep, the new TNT champion. Genuinely, and I said this to you in a message, Jaychele, and I concede every criticism about the overall thing here with Sami and Scott. I get it. But when he was climbing that ladder and the people got up,
Yeah.
wasn't that a great moment?
I
right?
felt it too for him. I couldn't feel it for him before. Obviously, a heel victory is different than a face victory and all that stuff. But like, I can't really remember the last time that over the TNT Championship that we had a big victory moment.
Yeah.
And that was very exciting to see. I'm very happy for him. And that ladder match was booked pretty well, even if Sami got hurt.
Mm-hmm. It was I get why it was a mess and it was dumb and there was this spot and that spot, but it was fun.
Yeah.
And at the end, it was triumphant. And it was one of those deals where when the finish came, it honestly would have been a mistake for him not to win. You knew that by the time because the crowd was with it. And I think the big thing for him is what this reign looks like. The Kazarian match will be good mechanically. I don't know how exciting it will be from a crowd perspective.
Oh, good Lord.
I think we all assume there's a heel turn ahead in terms of his partner, but that's another conversation for another day. The big thing is Scorpio got a big pop. He won the belt back. He's got to be on the board, I think, right? So we've got Josh Alexander and Scorpio Sky penciled in to our collective top 5 here for the very first Retire the Rankings lineup. Okay, Jaychele, I go back to you for your second name.
Do you want a female or do you want a male now?
Let's do a female.
Deonna Purrazzo.
Okay. Deonna, please give me Deonna's case. Jaychele, go ahead.
So, one, the amazing match that she had with Taya at Rebellion, which was way better than I was expecting. And 2, obviously, we're going to see her on Dynamite next week. So I'm very pumped for that for her and very excited for her debut.
Did she do anything on last night's Impact? I genuinely don't know. Was she on Impact? Did you know? Did you watch Impact?
I watch Impact late. Yeah, JJ. JJ, can you let us know? I have to watch Impact on delay.
That could be the difference between her making it and not.
Yeah.
Right, I think. Now, Deonna is one where I completely get why you've listed her because her being on Dynamite feels like a massive deal for her career and what's next in her career, maybe even. She attacked
Taya. Okay, and they have a match set. I know that they have a match set for that. What is that new pay-per-view they have? It's like May 8th. I forgot what it's called, what the name is.
Under Siege?
There it is. Yeah.
I did it. Okay. I'm putting Deonna on. I'm unsure. Is that fine with you, Jaychele?
That's fair.
Okay. I'm going to respond with top of my big board on the female front, Serena Deeb, who...
Fair. I had her on my list.
Yeah, had a big win. Now, here's the key. This is important, actually. We know this. While we're going to inevitably lean in that direction at times, it isn't just about wins and losses. We're trying to talk more in a performance sense.
Yeah.
However, I thought this was a big showing for Serena Deeb.
Yeah.
And one thing that I noticed, she's never going to be the most charismatic pro wrestler in the world. She's definitely upped her how much she engages with the audience, it's fair to say, right? Since she got on TV. I thought this was her strongest showing yet in that regard. I thought she was great against Shida. Serena Deeb, I think, belongs on this list, honestly.
That's very fair. I feel like you could have put either of them. My pick would have been Shida instead, but either one is fine with me. My next one is Mustafa Ali.
Yes.
Due to his return and his win. So, very excited for Mustafa.
It feels like he's an interesting one because I had him on mine too of potential names. But, I just wish his return was more,
impactful.
Yeah. He came back and he immediately felt like just another mid-carder on Raw. And I wanted him to have something with more juice, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's difficult with Ali because I think we all think the world of him. But, he goes out there and they talk about him wanting to quit, which is, pop. And, rather than, having this really cool characterization where he, fires back, he just does, babyface WWE jokes. Wrestles the Miz and goes 12 minutes and sells the whole time. I worry about him, I guess is what I'm saying, Jaychele. Did that stand out to you, his presentation kind of being flat?
Of course it did. But, the thing with WWE is sometimes you just got to take what you can get. And if he's happy and he's wanting to do it, then good for him. That's just how I feel about the whole situation.
He was definitely one of the big names of the week in terms of, he was in the headlines with being back. And I know there was a lot of people that that kind of was unsure he'd ever go back. I agree with you. And in day one, he got either in a program now with Ciampa, which I think will be good stuff. Long term, I have my concerns. At the end of the day, he's back on TV. He is certainly a candidate. Now, here's a name that comes to mind. Cash Wheeler.
I knew we were going to get here.
He's first, well, it's in the title. His first singles match in AEW.
Yes.
He is always kind of the forgotten, underrated part of his team. Yes?
I want to say something, but I can't. I'm underage.
Oh, he's a handsome devil. Is that what you're getting at?
His butt. But continue on, Joe.
Okay. I'm just gonna move on. I shouldn't have stopped. We did that on the to be fair. We did that on the paywall, to be fair.
We did.
Shoot, God. Do you remember how colourful he got with that?
Oracle just agreed. That was great. Oh my god, that was amazing.
It was great. That was episode.
Oh my god, I probably still have it.
What do you mean?
Remember the paper? I drew a math equation. Do you not remember this?
About the pinnacle?
No, hold on. It was like Wardlow, MJF, and Cash. Yeah. Wait, where is it?
Wait, do you have these pieces of paper just like sitting in front of you at all time? My God, what's going on here? What kind of preparation is this?
Oh yeah. Look I even have the heel face thing that we did.
That rules. Okay.
Oh my god, Jaychele stands. Okay, this is just a walk to memory lane now. I want to find my math equation.
I vividly remember the pinnacle overlap that was involved in this.
There was a lot of it, yes.
Very exciting.
I said I've never seen Cody versus Dustin. Oh god.
Wait, did you just write that in your notes, like inexplicably? Like I've
never
seen.
When I don't talk, the bit where I go like this.
Oh yeah. I forgot that's a bit
notebook.
we do. Yeah.
I have dummy. Yeah. I want to find my math equation. There are multiple math equations in this notebook, apparently.
Like real ones, or all just like wrestling podcast ones?
No. I have Ricochet equals 1 plus only.
Yeah.
Jay White equals power rankings with the
Actual.
white power underlined, and I'm not explaining that any further.
Wow. I'm just incriminating yourself at every turn here. Okay.
I really don't care.
That's fair. You're on the late night grin.
Oh, all right. I called you guys a mark.
You did.
I found it. Ass Wars.
There you go, folks. For those of you wondering, that's what you miss behind the famed paywall of the Late Night Grin. Every Friday night, I'm incredibly concerned about that book that now sits in front of you. I did not realize it was just like a running tab on what we talk about here. It's very concerning in a range of ways. I'll simply proceed with my Cash Wheeler praise. So, as I was saying, he's often underrated and kind of, as good as he is, people focus on Dax, right? He has the big singles matches. Dax is so just incredibly excellent. He shines through the screen. But I thought Cash, if there was any doubt before, really proved just how good he is on Wednesday. He was awesome in that match. He's the more athletic part of FTR, the more dynamic part.
He does the flippies.
He does more of the flippies. I thought his performance was good enough that he honestly belongs in here just proving beyond doubt how great he is. Jaychele, what did you think firstly of the match, and then more specifically Cash's performance?
I'm gonna concede my thoughts on the match.
Okay.
I will talk about Cash. I was very excited to see him in this position. I've always really liked him as a singles guy, even when he was doing stuff in WWE. He has a strong singles vibe. I don't know why Dax works all the singles. I think that they should give more of them to Cash as well and just kind of split them equally, because instead of just Dax taking all the losses, because Dax never really wins singles.
Yes.
You could give some to Cash too. But yeah, I'm very excited. I think that he'll probably get some more singles matches after this now.
Look what you've done with the chat, Jaychele.
What are they talking about? Dumpies?
Indeed. Okay. Cash Wheeler is on the board. Jaychele, your next name?
Bianca Belair.
Okay, Bianca obviously was at home. On Monday, the Oracle of Wrestling was there in his EST tracksuit. He didn't have one of those. That would have been fun. Could you imagine how awesome that would have been?
I would have needed a picture.
That would have been incredible. This is a different one because I think we would all agree that the match with Sonya wasn't one for your spreadsheet.
Nope.
It was more the fact that her presentation was that she beat, you know,
Yes.
she beat like 3 women up in like 6 minutes.
Yeah, that that was my favorite part. They booked her extremely strong. Like they basically put her in a handicap match and she won like nothing.
Yeah.
And I loved it. And obviously she got the hometown reaction, the hometown pop and everything like that. I was very happy to see her back in her hometown. I only put extra butter.
Yeah. So they got mad at me because I just said like salted popcorn and they got real mad. They called me like a piece of shit and stuff.
Are they expecting like caramel or something? I don't know.
Yeah, like look at me. I'm very obvious. I'm boring. You know, like it's not. I don't hide that from anyone. You know, it's fine. Okay.
We're going to Cheesecake Factory next week.
Good.
Do you have Cheesecake Factory, Joe?
Yes, but I think it's fair to say it's a lot less popular here.
Okay.
I mean, who the fuck am I to say that? I don't know what's popular in Great Britain anymore. Do I talk about? You know, I think I'm always amazed by stuff here. Anyway, nonetheless, we're going to move forward. In a minute, we're going to list these wrestlers. And folks, I need you to lock in because we're going to need your help on that one.
And don't everybody fight against me, okay?
And me. Don't fight against me either.
No, Joe, they're going to take your side.
They never do that. I just told you they called me a piece of shit for not liking caramel popcorn. All right. I have another name.
Yes.
Wardlow, who on Wednesday night did a Hurricane Rana. I was amazed at some of the stuff he did on Wednesday. Now, Jaychele, I know you love some of the flippiness in wrestling. Was you impressed by Wardlow busting out some of the dead flippies?
I was dead. I was actually kind of in like a manic episode during most of Dynamite, so I don't really remember all the matches. But I do remember.
Hold on, hang on. Are you okay? What do you mean by this?
I'm fine. So while I was watching the show, I was editing Wrestling with Whiteness, and I got into I have extreme ADHD, so I hyperfixate on things. And I got into this extreme mode where all I could do was like edit Wrestling with Whiteness, and I was trying to watch Dynamite at the same time. So I really only saw the first match and the last match, I believe, in its full entirety. And I saw Jericho throw a fireball at Kingston.
Factual.
But I don't really remember much of anything else, which is kind of hilarious. Yeah, it got to a point where I was just like sitting in my chair, like scrolling through Amazon looking for things to put in my cart, and I was like, this is not a good decision. So we're good now. We're okay now. It was just
I'm intrigued by this. This is a conversation that probably shouldn't happen here, but I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
So you know when you were editing?
Yeah.
Like, are you one of those people who needs like silence around you?
No.
Or what's your like ideal spot for when you're editing your work?
I have YouTube on too. I can never have quiet. Even if I'm editing, yes, I hate quiet. Like I'll be writing articles and I'm like, I need to have something. I go to sleep, I need to have something on.
Sleep? Really?
I will fall asleep listening to music. Like I won't have any intention of like enjoying the song. I just need something so I'm not alone with my own thoughts. That sounded really depressing, but it's not like that. It's more so just like silence gives me the scaries.
Did sound pretty brutal, but I can relate. I understand. Yeah, I was intrigued. I'm always intrigued by people's process. Okay, well, I'm gonna just hope you take my word for it. The Wardlow was really awesome on Wednesday. He did a senton.
I'm gonna rewatch. I'll rewatch it in probably the next couple of hours or so.
Yes, Wardlow's performance will pop you. He did a senton, he did a Hurricane Rana. It was a blast. He needs to be on here. I think we should do a rule collectively. We can only have one wrestler from a match on our list.
I like that. That works.
So, I love Lance Archer. He's probably not going to be on the list for the reason I just said about Wardlow. But I have to say, big credit to Lance. Like that dude's a pro, isn't he? Like
he's a big man. I love him.
He put Wardlow over so strong. God bless him. Great pro. Okay, Jaychele, we currently have 9 names. Pick out the next kind of priority on your list, and we'll try our best to piece together a top 5 here.
Well, I also had Scorpio Sky, so it seems like we should have reviewed.
That's fine. I have more names, but have we covered your names?
Yes.
Okay. I would say my next name, Asuka.
I was thinking of her.
Big return on Monday. Obviously, she didn't wrestle the way that Ali did, but her presence was like immediate reminder.
Was so good.
Yes, and Oracle said it was even louder in the building. He said it was extraordinary in the building. I thought that Asuka's sheer charisma and presence was a really nice reminder on Raw. And
Yeah.
obviously, she didn't do much. It's hard to put her at the top. But she feels like one of the big stories of the week simply based on just how awesome it felt to have her back on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Are you excited for her and Becky running it back?
Yeah, I talked about this before. I'm excited to see Becky in a non-title storyline. Obviously, I love the non-title storylines in WWE. Like that Liv and Rhea one, I think they have so much potential with that storyline. I hope that they maximize it. But I'm very excited to see what they're able to do. And obviously, they have a great story due to the title thing when Becky left. There's lots of potential there.
Another return this week. He's not on the list, but Rey Fenix was back, right? Which was cool. We had a few returns across the board.
Your lore boys.
Speaking of such, do you mentioned Rhea Ripley?
Yes.
Social media interesting recently. Have you noticed that?
Oh God, is it about fucking Edge?
No, just certain things that I made clear were happening that Bob O'Neill refused. And again, I have one.
So Edge.
No, absolutely not.
That sounds like sarcasm. When are you going to put Jonah on this list, Joe?
All right, that's it. We're tackling this. All right, folks, here's the deal. You now are pushing my Jonah fandom so much that I'm beginning to actively dislike him in a way I'm uncomfortable with. And I now think for Jonah, you need to take it back now. This is the moment. You need to apologize. You need to stand down the troops on this. I am not a Jonah stan.
I'm having a belly laugh.
Okay, are you willing to now? I'm willing to let you laugh, but are you willing to give me some reprieve on this Jonah situation?
No.
No. All right. Well, guess I'm fucked then in that case. All right. Okay, folks, these are our names.
Oh God.
I'm gonna list them here. And chat. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to respond with your pick for the number one wrestler of our week. Here they go. Josh Alexander, Scorpio Sky, Cash Wheeler, Wardlow, Sheeda was a name that you threw in, so we used that one because I noted it. Serena Deeb, Bianca Belair, Mustafa Ali, Asuka, Deonna Purrazzo. Now remember, if it's Sheeda or Serena, the other one falls off. But I remember that you said you'd have Sheeda rather than Serena, so I put that there. Chat, list your pick for the number one spot. Jaychele, I'll give you first say on this. Who do you think should be our number one?
Scorpio Sky.
That's my pick too.
Okay.
Reese has got the same. JJ, of course, says Josh Alexander. You get what you get.
Scorpio, Bianca.
It's a love for Bianca. I think it's Scorpio. This felt like the biggest week of his career, honestly. A huge week for him. The match was good, but bigger than anything, the moment was right. And as you said, when he won it last time, it felt hollow, didn't it? Last time, it just didn't feel the way you wanted it to. This time, it was all about him in the end. Obviously, there was a lot of shenanigans along the way, but it was all about him in the end, and it ruled. Scorpio Sky is going to lead the league here for us. Okay, now I'm looking
at. The Jonah stand has frozen.
Am I back? Do not lash out about Jonah. I heard that. Very sad. So I'm looking for the consensus number 2, and I'm seeing Serena and Wardlow come up a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Jaychele, how do you feel about Serena Deeb here taking the 2, or would you rather it be Sheeda?
The chat's going with Deeb, so I'll go with Deeb.
Now, if we're going with Deeb from that match, is there someone that you think should be ranked higher overall than Serena? Like, would you rather Josh be in 2?
Being legitimate, I think Josh Alexander.
World champ, yeah.
Yeah, yep. But I see what people are saying, Deeb, because of the match.
No, I'm fine with that. Because lest we forget, the Moose match was awesome, and that fits in this week.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got Sculp at 1, Josh Alexander at 2. There you go, JJ. Showing you some love there. And then we slot in Serena Deeb at 3.
Yes.
All right. So that leaves us with the following names. Cash Wheeler, Wardlow, Bianca Belair, Mustafa Ali, Asuka, or Deonna Purrazzo. Who stands out for you there, Jaychele?
I honestly think it's either Cash or Wardlow next.
I think Wardlow. I think, which is weird because the FTR match is going to be one of my matches of the week, but I just it felt so shared, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's Wardlow next. Okay, and then do we close out with Cash or do we try and slot someone else in?
I think we can try for Cash, but I think the woman deserves some love.
Yeah. I wish if we could have switched it and Asuka was the one that wrestled the match and not Ali, it feels
Yeah.
like she'd be a lock.
Yeah.
That segment was just short, unfortunately. Bianca came across as a megastar, so I'm not against it. It's just...
And it's her hometown vibes.
Well, as a team player, I'm willing to step forward as a leader and put Bianca Belair in the 5 seed here as a gesture of goodwill. And then I would like something in response.
You would like for me to change your name?
Yes, but more than that, I would like a sort of broader apology regarding my status as a Jonah stan. But you wouldn't make that deal.
I won't apologize, but I won't do it anymore. And I'll change your name.
Okay, that's fine. That works. There you go, folks. It's official. Bianca Belair is in. Here at 5, we have, and I quote, Scorpio Sky, Josh Alexander, Serena Deeb, Wardlow, and Bianca Belair. That was not too painful for us, right? We did that as a team. We worked together. We did a little bit of negotiating at the end because I wanted certain justice in terms of my branding here as a certain stan. Look at Tope Suicida. Just putting the boots to me. There's no need for it. All right.
Okay, guys. I can't say it anymore, but that doesn't mean you guys can't.
That's very spiteful. That's spiteful. Okay. Now, remembering the Impact pay-per-view falls in our window here. We have a week, so I'm intrigued.
The thing about the weekly poll in the chat, I just want to pull this up quickly, is we wanted to refrain, well, at least I want to refrain from anything on Rampage, because 1, spoilers, and 2, I haven't even watched it yet to know. But I bet you my list is going to look real different next week.
That is a good point, because we could count last week's.
Yes.
You know? So, what was on last week's one?
Ishii, Cole.
Oh, yeah. Kingston Garcia.
Yep.
Yeah.
What was the women's match?
Moving forward, that's actually a good point. Moving forward, we'll consider Rampage and SmackDown. Good call. Yeah. Because then otherwise that show will always get lost, right? That's a good call. And there's some good stuff on tonight's show, so we want to definitely want to count. We both win tonight.
Both of my girls are going to be on, and I'm going to see them on Sunday. I'm going to lose my mind.
And Samoa Joe.
My mind. And Swerve.
It's Samoa Joe.
It's Swerve.
You know that Ian's doing the match? Do you know that?
Wait, say that again? You just glitched a little bit.
Ian Riccaboni is doing the match tonight.
I saw that. I know how the Samoa Joe match ends, and I think you're going to pop.
Oh, no, not Satnam Singh.
No.
I'm missing. No spoilers, folks.
Jade and Marina. How could I forget? Thank you, guys.
Yes. Honestly, do we try and work Jade on the list? Jade was kind of awesome last week. She wrestled Marina and it went good.
Can we switch her and Bianca?
I think the Marina match was objectively better. But Bianca was at home and she beat 3 women. It looked cool.
Jade finally did the baddie section thing in full force now, which is a big step for her because Red got involved. And Sierra got involved. What do you guys think in the chat? Let the chat decide.
Yeah.
Bianca or Jade. And don't let your tribalism bullshit get involved.
You're getting real fired up about the tribalism. You saw, by the way, when you messaged me about Athena, I've been fighting that fight for a long time. They're really mean.
God.
They're really mean, and there's a lot of weird undertones too. I've been talking about it on the Grim for a long time.
People are saying Roxanne over Jade. Are you guys for real? Do I need to actually watch?
No, that match was bad. Not because of Roxanne, but it was bad. I think, unfortunately.
Jade was main event, brother. I forgot she was main event.
And you see the rating?
Did it pop?
Went back up.
Really?
Went down for King and Garcia and went back up the main event.
Oh, we stand that. And she had the money celebration. They did the tears. I love that.
I like Marina, but from a television perspective, she couldn't have been colder as an opponent.
Oh, dude.
They
didn't give Marina much, though, leading up either.
No, it wasn't her fault. It's just she was such a cold contender on TV.
Jade was breaking out some submissions, too. I think Jade's the winner.
Yeah, I think Jay's taking this last spot here. So our final standings: Scorpio, Josh Alexander, Serena D, Wardlow, and Jade. Now, remember when we did the
Hold
match
on.
here?
Hold
Yes.
on. Let me get one thing straight. I'm gonna pop for this whole match. I don't think we're quite understanding what's happening in this match. If we changed one person, it would be my dream. My dream.
You don't have to take Kiera Hogan out of this match.
Okay, Joe.
Did you see my friend, one of my favorite people on Twitter, at Rose Planted? How many underscores does she have on it? Wonderful account on Twitter. Genuinely, one of my good friends.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
And she put a very sincere tweet out being like, "This is a great lineup for people with Duncan." And in her defense of the match, she was like, "Now hold on a second. Trish Adora is a badass. This, that." She put over on the end, and then she put, "Sky Blue is very likable."
I can't.
It was just wonderful. What a wonderful tweet. She is likable, but it's tough. Anyway, match is actually cool.
I'm yelling about the baddie section versus Willow, Trish, and Sky Blue.
Genuinely cool match. And there was a stream last Wednesday where we all talked about like more trios matches in the women's division too. So I'm very excited to see that. Okay.
Yes. DM me a spoiler. DM me a yes if Sky Blue's eating the pin, please.
My God, did you just elicit spoilers in your DMs?
Yes.
Well, that's banned in wrestling media. Very dangerous. Okay. When we do, imagine it was. Okay, now we're going to do match. Remember the Impact pay-per-views on the board because I know there's a certain match you loved on that show. Jaychele, what's your first pick for match of the last 7 days?
It's that match.
The triple threat?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Which was Trey, Ace, and Speedball.
Yes.
Honestly, I think I'm willing to concede that as the top match. I think.
You had Dax and Cash?
Yes, but I'll be honest, I kind of slept on the Impact pay-per-view when thinking of this list. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And they did kill it. I mean, it's not my thing necessarily, but I can appreciate it was great.
Yeah, right. I immediately went to that when we were talking match of the week because that was the thing that came to mind.
Okay. I would like to now put forward my Cash and Dax propaganda.
Okay.
And I know it's not really your flavor, but it still was pretty damn wholesome.
Yes.
Those two men wrestling and they give each other big
I like the feeling stuff.
Yeah, the feeling stuff. All right, so we have Trey Miguel, Ace Austin, Speedball, Mike Bailey. We have Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood. What would you put forward next, Jaychele?
The latter.
Scorp and Sammy?
Yeah.
So you've got that above Sheeta and Deeb, yeah?
I would put it up there.
Yeah, I think so. I'm intrigued in the chat.
I think because of the result and the way that they were easily able to turn Scorp into a huge winner. And I don't think people went into that match with having Scorp as like, we need him to win. This is what we really want. But they were able to turn that around, especially towards the end.
I'll be honest. Our good pal Phil Lindsay tweeted in the middle of the match, wait, is Scorpio not going to win? And I read the tweet and was like, I didn't know anyone thought Scorpio was going to win. I've never been more happy to be wrong.
Remember when we were literally about to like, what show did we do? Did we just do a watch along or something? No, we did Wrestle Purists.
Yeah.
And you were like, do you think he's going to win? I was like, no, but I think he's going to have a good match.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, look, we can actually, let's talk about this quickly because we both loved it. We kind of glossed over. Like, we were on the air for the Grin when the news broke about the belts. Mm-hmm. And a lot of you will remember this that are behind the paywall, latenightgrin.com, 4-hour show. And in the midst of it, the Battle of the Belts spoiled and we were all kind of talking around it because we didn't want to spoil it, but I think it was pretty obvious. And when the show ended, we all sat there and was like, what the fuck? We were really bummed out about it, right? Yeah. And I'm just glad he's getting another shot at it. I really am. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you could probably speak to it. Like, it felt like really cheap when he lost that belt so quick, didn't it? Yeah.
I don't want to sound, but very much Brock Lesnar vibes.
God, that rules. I love that you led me. I don't want to sound,
I I don't know what that word is. Somebody's gonna fill in the word for me.
Oh, you just want to leave it to them? Okay, fair.
You guys know what I mean.
You have more faith in them than I do.
Fair.
Okay. Scorpio, and you know what? Honestly,
Are we
he's
gonna
not going to
yell
be on
that
the
for not
list.
having QT?
He did have an incredible week because his week in
did.
TV terms was Suzuki, Penta, and then the Blackpool Combat Club.
Yeah.
So big pop. All right. So if we have Scorpio and Sammy at 3, are we good with
Oh my
Shida?
god! Then
Yes.
can I put? I want to say Takeshita next time.
Yes. Wasn't that a great moment when you and I both figured out how to say his name and was
Yeah.
like, I was really concerned about that because I hadn't seen Elevation to catch
Yeah.
up. And you just tackled it head on. Now
Yeah.
we're, if you're a big fan, that pops me. I hope we're going to see him on Dynamite soon.
I do too.
All right. So, Scorpio Sky and Sammy Guevara isn't at 3. Are we good with Shida and Deeb at 4, or does Josh and Moose go in next?
I think we put them at 4.
Josh and Moose?
No.
Oh, Shida.
Yeah.
Okay. Shida. Now, all right. What did you think of that match, Paul? I haven't had to talk. I know you were in a particular state during Dynamite, but what did you think of it? What you did
I thought that the main parts that I saw, funny enough, were when Shida was getting offense. So maybe that's why I put Shida over Deeb.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of what I saw was just Shida being the one to get the offense. But I saw a lot of the finishing stretch, which I thought was really good. I thought I really thought that Shida was gonna win for like that ending chunk right before Deeb started slamming her knee, which I was like, oh, this is a good touch. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Didn't she do like what is it, the Falcon's arrow that she did off the second or top rope?
Yeah, I think so. And they did the Holy Shida chants, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that match was really awesome, I thought. I saw some people being down on it, and I really, really did like it. Based on what you said, I think you saw like the second half because Shida made a big comeback.
Mm-hmm.
The first half, Serena was kicking the shit out of her. It was brutal.
Really? Oh,
yeah, the leg. Christ. Oh my god, it was violent. So I think Josh and Moose is a fitting final, selection, right? That was a very good match. We call that in the 5 spot.
Josh? That works.
So we settle with Trey Miguel, Ace Austin, Speedball, Mike Bailey. 1 at 2, we have Cash Wheeler versus Dax Harwood. Yes.
Something. I watched Raw and I glazed over NXT, and there was nothing that was really standing out to me that made me feel like it needed to be listed here.
In terms of match quality, Raw is generally not going to. I had the 8-man on my list of options. Mm-hmm. The Orton 8-man.
Yeah.
It just wasn't better than any of these.
Yeah, I just don't think it was that high for me either. Yeah.
I think they'll win Star of the Week sometimes. Like, I think Orton probably should have come up in the Star section, honestly, the more I think about it.
I was thinking about him, but I chose Mustafa Ali over him. It was kind of between those two for me.
I think when you look at our lineup, it's pretty hard to you could maybe do Jade, but we kind of already did that whole conversation. I'm not moving another 5 out,
Yeah.
I think there will be WWE talk, but they're not booked for like the match part of it, at least.
And I don't think they booked towards having the best matches of the week anyway, either.
Yeah. Corey says, "Is it too soon to take the title off Thunder Rosa with Deeb being booked this strong?" I think it's too soon, right, Jaychele?
I would not put that title on Deeb for a while, dude. If you put a title on her, give her TBS. Because if you're gonna have Deeb as a champ, you want her to wrestle.
She'd be better as a TBS champ.
Yeah, Rosa doesn't wrestle much. I mean, the world champ doesn't wrestle much. I would have switched who is currently holding the titles. I would have given Rosa TBS and Jade World. Fair. I know you can't do that, but
that's fair. Okay. So here's what we've got, folks. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep track of these results. We're going to have running statistics in this program. So the very first top 5 in terms of the Star of the Week are as follows. Scorpio Sky at 1. Josh Alexander at 2. Serena Deeb at 3. Wardlow at 4. And Jade at 5. On the match side of things, we have the Impact Triple Threat of the X Division title. Trey Miguel, Ace Austin, Speedball. Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood. Scorpio Sky and Sammy Guevara, Sheeta and Deeb at 4, and finally Josh Alexander versus Moose. I am going to keep track of these numbers, and in a year we will have league winners, league leaders in the famed Retire the Rankings standings.
Joe, what's going to happen when I pose a GCW match as one of my matches of the week?
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. This role play. Okay, you do that, and I'll show you what I'm gonna do.
Okay, Blake Christian versus Jonathan Gresham. I can't.
Basically, I need you to get locked in on how you're gonna handle that, because you might see this a lot, and just get ready for it. That's all.
Oh, somebody wants you to post the stats on the page.
Both put the same. Okay, let me put this. That's exactly what I'm gonna do, Ripper. I'm gonna give it a couple of weeks so that the numbers look cool, so it isn't just 1, 2. But the real lesson from tonight's show is that by earning the 5th match of the week, Moose is on the leaderboard.
How do you do that thing you did?
Stop cam.
Wait,
Fair. This is a dangerous tool I've given you now. I'm now concerned. I'm now very concerned. Okay.
Hold on. I think that people should applaud me.
Agreed.
1, Blake Christian is not on this list.
Yes.
2, Billy Starks is not on this list. Also, Swerve, Ricky Starks, Hobbs are not on this list.
Mm-hmm.
You give me till next week, but they're not on this list.
You also you spelled Joseph correctly, which is a big win. You didn't do the classic J-O-E and then just put S-P-H together, which is a big win in my book. I was very concerned about that. So wins across the board. Round of applause. Yeah. There you go, folks.
Can you play the 100 in red thing?
Yes, I just want to quickly showcase these
marks
of applause from the famed chat. Was that a bow?
Yes. 2 of them. Oh, another clap. Another bow.
Here it comes. Here we go, folks.
Facts, all caps with 3 exclamation points, and then 100 in red, as in keep it 100.
Why do you hate Blake Christian so much? I don't understand.
Look at the screen, Jaychele.
I see the screen. I'm not even worried about that. Blake Christian's not bad.
Okay, I'm sorry. I can't believe I did that only for you to get mad at the chat. All right. Jaychele, any final words or promotions and such? Please promote the great project coming up and all that good stuff. Put yourself over.
My people hurt my feelings. Anywho, I literally will have Wrestling with Whiteness out extremely soon, way sooner than I thought. Probably not Monday. Probably Monday it'll be available for my Patreons. By then, Joe, if the graphics going to be on here, you're going to have to no-sell it. Okay. Continuing on, if you want to follow along with my journey of creating the Wrestling with Whiteness project, which basically features Black wrestlers telling their stories through interviews, follow me on Twitter at Jaychele, and all of the updates will be over there. Also on my Patreon, the first part of the series is up over there. It's a 5-part series, so you should definitely check it out.
Okay. Just want to make this clear. I can promise many things. I'll never be able to promise no more Skip Bayless. He appears on the show regularly. He may be a frustrating presence for you, in which case I respect it, but he'll probably appear continually for the next decade and change. Okay. Folks, we're going to be back in about, what are we looking at, Jaychele? 5 hours? Right?
Yeah. God bless.
5 hours. We are going to be back for the world famous Late Night Grin. Now, I know what you're thinking. What is the Late Night Grin? I'm watching the Late Night Grin. The channel is called Late Night Grin. Well, the Late Night Grin is a 4-hour wrestling extravaganza that airs immediately after Rampage every week.
Extravaganza is definitely a word for it.
Yeah, it is the most stupendous podcast in wrestling. It is a roller coaster. It features the whole team in a range of different roles. It is really something to see. $1 gets you in. There are no tears, just grins. LateNightGrin.com. That's where we're going to be. Okay, folks, this is our last free stream of the month. Tonight is our last stream altogether of the month. It's been a hell of a month. Start with WrestleMania weekend. We've had one hell of a time. We appreciate the support. We appreciate all the love.
That was this month.
I know. We've done so much. And seriously, if you're someone that isn't behind the paywall and you just watch these shows, we appreciate you. We hope we have entertained you some this month. It's been an absolute blast for us. So, hope to see you for the Grim. But in the meantime, enjoy this outro, folks. All out.